What kind of mic you got there, Pricilla?
That's how boy he took it out. I could not tell you. I had him ready to go. But I did it. I love it, y'all.
I like to stand on it.
I know.
So you're live on Facebook as well, but I will cut the show, cut their show. I will cut their show. You heard me?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you say? We'll cut it like after like the second question.
Okay, yeah. I don't know what.
You hearing that echo or something?
No echo. It's just when you were speaking, we're gonna cut it on Facebook or whatever. I heard half like you pulled in and out. Quick.
You heard me cutting in and out? You got headphones in? Plug them into your... You got 5 seconds. You should be able to hear. Lord Jesus.
Oh, I don't have the right thing. I have to.
Those are the iPhone ones. I got you.
Yeah.
So I was telling you to get these that I have here that are behind my head that you didn't want to listen. All right, it is. Here we go.
We are live on Old School Tuesday. Turnup.
That's what I'm talking about. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 39 of Old School Tuesday. Turn up! Yeah, we are back. We're going to be back tonight, to next week, and the following Tuesday. So we're going to be here for the rest of the Tuesdays right here in October with interviews on top of interviews on top of interview. But tonight, we got an interview. We got the one and only, a new singer who's here to talk about what he has going on and tell his story. Please, without further ado, please welcome the one, the only, Ligatto!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for having me on here. Really excited.
Yes, how you been?
I've been good. How's everybody?
Hey, I'm great. I'm glad that I'm back. It's like if I take too much time off, the fans will start to notice and they'd be like, okay, when you coming back on? I'm like, it's like I can't get a break. I can't get a break. I don't know. Does that ever happen to you? Like when you can't stay too long and you gotta come back?
Oh yeah, for sure. Everybody be asking, like, "Hey man, what you doing? Like, what's going on? We need to hear something from you." Like, all right, okay, drop some content real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, yes. And then welcome to Old School Tuesday. Turn up Legato. And you're episode 39. That means we're almost close to 40, everyone. Come next week. Yes, we're going to turn it up and turn it out. And then we also going to be celebrating. Can you believe, Legato, 2 years of Old School Tuesday Turn Up? And trust and believe from where we started then to where
Wow,
we are now. It's been one heck of a ride, the best ride ever. It's like a ride you just can't get off. You just
that's
can't. You can't.
awesome. Right.
Yes,
Yeah, y'all keep going.
yes.
This is amazing. Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah, thank you. And then I got a lot. If you guys notice, I have my little microphone now set up. Hey, I had to change it up a little bit, so I had to take it up a next step. I like taking my show up to the next level, especially for me. So, and then let me go ahead and tell you. So while we're going to be talking, there's going to be the fans already made comments. They're already saying hello already. Some people already say hi. People already they're ready to hear your story. They're ready to see what's going on. They're ready to have fun and turn up with us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this show started. Legato, please inform us. I gotta know, how did you know when God had blessed you with the talent that you have? How did you know? When did you first when did you first know you had that voice?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, it was definitely when I was a child. Um, my parents, so my origin is, I'm from South Asia. My parents are religious. We come from an Islamic background. And in our religion, when we would kind of get everything together, as far as, reciting the Quran and stuff like that, we'd have like Saturday, Sunday classes when we would be off from school, and to go visit like the Imam, and he would teach us how to kind of read the Quran. And the recitation, when you're doing the Quran, is kind of like a sing-songy tone. And then from there, I caught the attention of one of the teachers, and he told me like, "Hey, like that's awesome. Like, wow, like you have a voice, and you can definitely, if you want to continue doing anything with that voice, you'll make it somewhere." So I kind of had a hint of where, like, I had this voice here, and it wasn't until high school when I started to get into music and using that skill set into making a song. And then from there, I just made one song from it, back, I believe, my sophomore year of high school, and then it just took off. And I'm like, blessed to even have that. So
Dang, that's what's up. I like the pictures of your family. Ah, look at you. When you were younger, you're holding up University of Georgia alumni. I see you. Look at you. Yes.
appreciate that. Yeah, that picture's from 5 years ago. It's crazy how time flies. Feels like last year.
I know. Look, so who we have here in the picture?
Sure. So on the left, you see there is my older brother, Iqbal. And then the one in the middle there is my uncle who lives in Brooklyn. So I'm originally from Brooklyn. And this is
Oh,
one of our times when we went to go visit family there. And yeah, that's my uncle. That's my dad's cousin, actually. And then on the right, that's me. I don't know if you can
that's
tell or
what's
not,
up.
but
That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. How did you? I'm just like when I hear the name Legato. How did you know to call yourself Legato, and what does your name really means?
sure. Great question. So, first and foremost, my name, when I first began making music, it was Lion G. Very funny, when you hear about it now. But
Lion.
Lion G, right. So, my family name is Assad. And if anyone's familiar with DJ Khaled and his son, his name is Assad. And in Arabic, that means lion. So I
Okay.
use my family name and then the first initial of my first name, which is Gais, and put it
Mhm.
together. And then from there, for years I had that name, but people always made fun of it. I'm like, why are people making fun of it? But now that in retrospect, now I'm thinking about this, it's pretty hilarious. So after that, I went back to my name and I was like, okay, let me try to gather myself, see what kind of staging that I can put up. And I said legato. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, I have a smooth voice, very flowing.
Mhm.
And in
Mhm.
music, there's legato, there's staccato, and some other different styles of music, whether it be singing, whether it be playing orchestra or band, or even in jazz too, there's different types of style. Legato, every time you put that into any kind of music, it just means smooth and flowing. So that's kind of how I see my voice being, very soothing and just puts you in the kind of mood. So that's how I got the name.
Yes, you got legato, you got mulatto. I see because when I heard that it was mulatto, then lotto, then legato. I like okay, I like it smooth. Okay, I see you, I feel you, homie. I ain't mad.
Appreciate that.
Legato smooth. But Lion G,
Right.
that's funny. That
That's
is
hilarious.
extra. Yes, that's extra funny. Jermaine said, "Nice to hear." What's up, Jermaine? All right, he's another singer that's right here in A. So
Okay, that's
yeah, we
awesome.
got some people in here tuning in who are singing. Say, "You want to hear your story?" That's what I'm talking
Right.
about. So, who tell people who we have here in this picture right here?
Sure, absolutely. So on the left, that's me. I don't know if I changed much. Next to me is my father. Next
No,
to me is
you
my
have not.
dad. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
look I look the same. But yeah, that's my father there, holding my baby sister. And then on the right is my brother Iqbal. Um, and yeah, this is right after my little sister was born. Now she's pushing 22 now. So yeah, that's a 20-year-old picture there.
Yeah. Don't it like bring back memories when you see pictures of yourself? When you see pictures like that, what is that moment for you? What is that feeling for you?
Yeah, sure. That's a great question. So when I look back on those, childhood pictures and stuff like that, it takes me back to that place and at that time. So it's very nostalgic. So the picture you had pulled up there with me, my brother, and my grandmother, that was in Peachtree Gardens, present day Brookhaven, right where I'm pretty sure people will know, kind of where Cine Bistro used to be before they closed down, which I actually worked over there. And the Publix is there. There is kind of like some other landmarks there. But before that was these apartments here. So every time I go back there, every time I look past that, it just gives me that sense of feeling like, wow, my grandparents used to live there. So this is like, I believe this picture is in 2003 when they were
Mhm.
there. And it just brings back a lot of memories. Us staying over on the weekends with our grandparents, away from our parents, and just getting a break from my mom and dad. So it's very nice to look at those pictures again.
Yes, yes. So I know we have on here Legato R&B artists, but what got you into want to get into music, R&B music, especially that genre? I know we hear about R&B is not the same anymore. We will get into that later, but what made you really want to get into or the genre of R&B?
Sure, absolutely. So one of my biggest influences, and actually some of the comments that I just saw up there, was one of my cousins. He says legato sounds dope. He's
Yes,
actually my cousin there. So his dad, my uncle. Look at
uh-huh.
me. Oh man,
I'll
that's
get this picture here. Yeah, you looking serious. But
right.
let me guess, you just did a workout. Let me guess.
Yeah,
Look like you just
exactly. That was next to the Hollywood sign. You see the Hollywood sign in the back?
I can see it all the way back there. I've been there too myself.
Yeah, that was one heck of a hike for sure. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
right in New York.
Okay, that's you looking so serious on the picture. Like, yeah, take this picture. Yeah, I'm Legato,
Yeah,
ladies.
some of the comments there are so funny on that. They're like, "Wow, like look at all these faces here, totally different."
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So, who was your influence, especially for R&B? You were saying like music. Like, how did you, get into it with for R&B music?
Yeah, absolutely. Started very young. This was in Georgia. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know, native Georgia people. The radio station 95.5 The Beat was very popular until they shut it down, like later in the later 2000s. And Usher was popping 2004, 2003. And at the time, my parents, they like did not want us to get into any kind of music or any kind of bad influence, but it was already too late. I was already listening to like hip hop and Jay-Z and all that, from my uncles. Um, so
Mhm,
they were one of my bigger influences. But it started off with Usher. From Usher, I just kind of
mhm,
expanded into that R&B. Like, who else sounds like Usher? And then from there, I just see like at that time, like Lloyd popped off with Southside. And then as the years went on, The Dream, and then Ray J has something going. Avant was one of my bigger crowds too. But I was always interested, like I was saying, with Arabic and me finding that voice. My life really, as far as like my culture, it was very influenced by Bollywood music. So
Mm-hmm.
my parents would always put something on whenever we go on road trips. Um, and I would sing along to it and stuff like that. And then I also do the same thing with Bollywood music. I was okay, this singer sounds like this, but do we have anyone
Mm-hmm.
that sounds like Usher from there? So I just kind of like compared it, mixed the genres together, and just that was all I listened to. So
But when you hear when you hear R&B music, what does R&B, just the word R&B, what does it mean to you?
rhythm and blues, standard definition, but
Mm-hmm.
it goes deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that feeling you get. Um, I guess because I'm a singer, not everyone can really feel it, but you could still feel it. I know a lot of people that want to sing, but they can't sing. So it's just kind of like that feeling. It's just like releasing. That's
I
what
thought,
R&B is for me.
look, I thought I was the only one. Like, I used to ask artists when I first started out, like, say you have a kid who say they want to sing, but then you have them to sing for you, but then they can't sing. Like, I hate when a singer someone say, I can sing, okay, sing, but then you're like, man, that person cannot sing. Like, like, what do you say to these kind of people? I hate like that. I used to always say that, like, person can't sing. Like, I get it,
Right.
because not everybody can sing. Like, that's one thing about singing. Everybody, I mean, with singing, yeah, everybody can sound different, and that's when you get. It's like create your own lane. Don't try to be like you said about
Right.
Ursher. Like, be Legato. Don't be Ursher. Like, and I get it. I totally get
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Everybody don't need to be
So
no singer though.
right, for sure. And R&B, that's just what that means to me. It's just like that deeper, like that smooth energy that you
Mhm.
can like feel. Not saying that you can't feel with other genres, but for me especially, like it just speaks to me a lot. Like you hear the rhythm, you hear the blues, you hear the soul into the music. I get that's the main
Mhm.
component into R&B, and that's what it really is. So
Yeah, I feel you with that. I think for me, when I was growing up, my biggest, like, you have Ursha, my person I loved the most, of course, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, I remember Tony Braxton, I was a 90s baby in the 2000s when back then R&B was R&B, not, as you can see, like, let me go ahead and ask you, what do you feel about R&B now to, where like how it is now? Do you think like it could come back, or maybe it can change if we have the right artists out to make
right.
bring back that old school feeling of R&B.
I'm glad you asked that. I've been, looking really deeply into, R&B today, and there's, a bunch of people saying like, "Oh, R&B's dead," and I don't think that's true at all. It's probably just, taking this little nap or whatnot. But I feel like there's revival to it. There's artists right now that are kind of keeping it alive, doing, just like keeping the name going and stuff like that. Like you have Jaquise for one, he's probably one of the bigger mainstream artists. I listen to Eric Bellinger. If you've seen the Usher, with the memes and stuff, he's like, watch this, that
Mhm.
little tiny,
Yes.
tiny desk concert. So Eric Bellinger was one of the backup singers, and his music is kind of like the driving force really nowadays. Not saying he's the only one that contributes to it, but his music. Then you have Vado. He was also the singer. He was like one of the second background singers. Um, yeah, I would say there just needs to be more presence in the R&B world, more like content and more support for it to
Hmm.
kind of come out of the rut that it's in. Because now people thinking like, okay, nobody makes love songs anymore. Now it's all about what's on the radio and stuff like that. But people are kind of steering away from it because I wouldn't say it being vulgar or whatnot, but the lyrics is just that's what used to captivate people into songs you hear back in, like you mentioned Whitney Houston. Her lyrics are amazing. um,
Hmm.
some other ones like Usher and Neo. He's a songwriter himself, and if you listen to the early 2000 R&B, him being the songwriter that he is, people like was like they love that, the lyrics, the feelings, all of that. But nowadays you just like hear the singer singing like, okay, he can sing, but what is he actually saying? So from there, it's just
Mhm.
like obviously people are just going to steer away from it because it's missing that component of lyrics. And I think that if we support each other, if we get that content out there and kind of shed light on, hey, we need to put more like meaning into the music, like what, like how do you feel, like what do you feel about this, what kind of lyrics can you put onto the song itself, what messages are you trying to convey to other people, will your audience listen to it, like all these other components as a community in the R&B, the culture itself, we can definitely rise from that. So I think that's what it's missing.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Jermaine said that's real. You can be inspired, but definitely have your own lane. That's what Jermaine
Exactly.
just said.
Shout out
Yes.
Jermaine. Yeah, I like
Yes.
that.
Yes. Since you not saying R&B, what R&B artist? Hey, Sister Queen, what's up? We see you. She's right there in New York too. A New Yorker right there for you. Ligatto.
Awesome.
So, what if you had the chance to work with an R&B artist of the past and the present? Who would it be? Male and female.
Sure. So my main two people that I would love to make music with, like in the R&B world, um, first of all, like I don't want to keep using his name, but Usher for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Okay.
and then Babyface. I always,
Oh,
I mean, he doesn't even have to be in the song, but I would love to hear, not hear, but more so like him being kind of behind the scenes, writing with the music, or just kind of with the ideas and whatnot. He made a song with Doja Cat the other day, like Doja Cat being one of the popular singers nowadays. He made a song with her. He had like a 2-line song, and it just started to pop. I was like, wow, okay, it was great hearing Babyface after all these years. But those are my main two. As far as any female artists, would definitely love to like work with Mariah Carey would definitely be one. Like I would
True.
like to hear some of her background vocals on some. Love the sound
hey,
effects, but yeah.
Mariah is dope. Well, Mariah. I grew up on the '90s. That was Mariah, but Mariah. But I like that you said Babyface because it's funny because I see where Babyface just had a music video come out with her. They did a song together.
Yes, that's the one.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And the one thing about Babyface that he said he did his songs because
So Kadir.
I think he didn't know how to respond to a woman, so he read it. He read his song. He written his songs down and
Right.
his words, and it became music for him. And not only he's a songwriter, but you're also a songwriter, producer. So when
Mhm.
you're in the studio, what has you to how do you get your juices flowing when you're writing a song and producing?
Yeah, so it can go both ways. A lot of artists, they do their own thing, and not telling other people to do it my way, but it depends on what you can latch on first. So if I'm making a beat and I don't have an idea to the song or any lyrics to it, I listen to the beat over and over and over and over until I get something. Or it could be the other way around where I had this idea in my head, like, okay, like I had to sing it like this, or the lyrics got to be like this, like I gotta have a pattern like da 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 da, and then bring that over to a beat that I can make, like, try to see if it's on beat, what tempo do I need to have it on, and then from there, do a small little recording, and then see if I can write out from there. So, and then most times after I put that in, the lyrics kind of go smooth. They go smoothly, and I just keep adding on and putting more layers onto the vocals and whatnot. So
That's what's yes. In the video, we have one of your videos right here. Why don't you tell everybody about this video so they know what they're looking at?
yeah, absolutely. So this is Selenophile. I did this last year as sort of a birthday present for my wife, Shakila, and she is in love with the moon. That's what she's identifies herself as, and yeah, I just making a music video such a long time. I haven't before this music video. It's been a couple years or whatnot, but this really just captivates how I feel, not just towards the wife, but the music itself. I actually
Mhm.
produced a beat, wrote the lyrics, and had some assistance from my brother as far as like mixing and mastering. But for the most part, the production was all me, singing was all me, and yeah, music video right here is probably the most latest thing I have as far as my work and what I can do. So Thank you for showing that.
No problem. We got it here on Old School Tuesday Turn Up. We like to take you back with music videos or pictures of artists of themselves. We take it all, even live performances they did. We like to take it back all the way and have an artist like, oh wow, that was me from back in the day. I did that. But we like to take it. The audience can see like now they're looking at it like, oh wow, where can we find that music video? Like YouTube, y'all, YouTube. YouTube.
Right. Right.
But no, but actually one of your fans just said, Sister Queen said she would like to see you work with Jill Scott and India Ari. I ain't gonna lie, I love me some. Ooh, India Ari is good. She's India Ari, I like her. I like she's bad because she speaks the truth in her, like her song That Magic, and then her song Brown Skin. The way she sings her music, you can just hear you can feel the energy and the spirit in her. So yes, I definitely see you with India Ari and Jill Scott. Oh man, that voice is a
Oh
killer.
yeah. Love it.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. India Irie,
Mhm.
there's this one song that I love, and it was a collaboration. Was it Words? I can't remember or not. It was with Anthony David. I don't know if anyone is
Mhm.
familiar with him, but
Oh yeah.
a great
Are
independent
you?
artist.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
so
Anthony.
that right there, that song took me away. I was like, wow, India Irie, very beautiful voice for sure. And
Yes.
she's out there on like social media and stuff. Like she's always like recording and like doing other things. So definitely a great role model. So I mean, I would love to work with her. You know.
Yes, I think someone has asked me to get her on the show, and I'm gonna try my best. I can't make no promises, but please
Right.
believe maybe we can have you do it. Maybe have you do a surprise pop in on her when she least expected to surprise her, and just
Let's do it.
let allow you to speak. Yes, I'm down for that. I definitely can't wait to get her on this show. I just love her personality, her music, and everything. And when she speaks, you can feel her presence. You can just feel her energy out of her music and everything who she is. And I like that she's like that neo soul. She's not out here doing like the rest of the other girls. No, she's just India Ari. She just her. That's what it's all
Right.
about. So most
Exactly.
definitely. So even for Usher or India Ari or Jill Scott, what do you want people when you're and what do you want your fans to feel when they hear you sing or they hear your music?
So whenever I create content, and this goes for any kind of music that I make, it's to feel the style of R&B that I have, because mind you, going back to what I was saying earlier, when I first was introduced to R&B and kind of the other music that went with it was like Bollywood music. So I want them to feel that nostalgic feeling, and that feeling that you listen to a general R&B song, and hear the spices from the Bollywood music, So it's like a little
Mhm.
twist to the music there. Like, okay, this song I feel it, and oh, okay, I've never heard that before. Like, what's going on there? Love it. So okay,
Okay, that's what
he's
I'm talking
being
about.
with
Oh,
the
Jermaine
questions
asked.
there.
Yeah, hey, he's another singer, so he wants to know what inspired you to write your own music.
Yeah. When I first started off making music, I was first a producer, and I was making songs with my brother, and different inspirations like R&B. Um, Whenever it would take any kind of style, I would just kind of feel different elements and what I want to bring over, and it just really depends, like on a circumstantial basis. It's a case by case thing. And then as you see in the music video, that's my brother there. And we just came up with the concept, like, okay, the song's called title Seiko, your Seiko watch, and then from there just kind of like just feel the beat and whatnot, and just vibe off of it and write. Even if it's bad, you know if you don't like the lyrics, you can always write it again, and then just keep going until you perfect it. So it's a process.
That's what I'm talking about. So explain this video right here, so people will know. They just probably thinking, well, who is guys jumping around? Like, explain
Right.
it so they can understand it.
Right, sure. So this one, this one here is not the kind of music that I'm left off of singing. So when I first started off with my brother, we were making hip hop music. So this is kind of like
Right.
going back to what we were. This was actually recorded a while back, even before the music video had dropped. So it was like a few years out. And yeah, these are all my friends. Nobody
Mhm.
different. And we actually recorded at a studio um, next to where I recorded Selenophile. So it was actually the neighboring studio next to it. So put on some lights there, had a little smoke screen going. It was beautiful. We actually had a car come by, a little Porsche. So it was just putting in your typical hip hop music video and just kind of, just dropping something on it. Just let them know like, hey, this is kind of like our comeback kind of music video after such a long time. And that's
Right.
my buddy right there. His name is YVG Vinny, and he actually started with us back in 2007. He's a rapper, and we grew up kind of around in the neighboring cities and stuff like that. So after making that song, we're like, we need to make more. So after we created that song, I ended up having him on my EP that I had released in 2020.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That was a bomb ass video. I like it. I like everything that was about it, beat and everything. I was sitting there like, okay. I was like, okay, when am I here? When am I going to hear you? Like I was like, okay.
Right.
But I like that other video we shown earlier. I liked it that way because you could hear your voice and everything like that. And everybody fans, don't worry. I know you all like we see these videos, but when we gonna hear, okay, gotta let them know you're gonna sing. We're done, so they can hear your voice. So they like he's talking about singing, but we gotta hear him sing. I know they dying like, when is he gonna sing? With that, he's gonna sing at the end.
Right.
Don't worry, we're gonna get him to sing. He's gonna sing, so don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry,
But
guys. If you get me started singing, I will not stop. And all my friends know it. Even my wife knows it. If we're out in karaoke, I start singing, people are like, "Oh, you got it, you got it." And I'm like, "Oh man, I shouldn't even open my mouth."
that feeling would be like just for you hearing your name get called, being nominated for a Grammy?
One word, I would ecstatic. Very excited and just very appreciative. This is all God's doing, really. And I would um, really thank my parents for putting up with our music and stuff like that. But it's really gonna go towards my brother because me and him started together, and the feeling I would get from getting the Grammy, I would just dedicate it to him. Like, hey, look how far we made it, and people actually want to listen to us. So, it'd be a very beautiful moment. So.
Yes. So what would you want the moment to be when you hear you won a Grammy? I know that feel. I know that I can just imagine that feeling is way different for everybody.
Yeah, very overwhelming. Yeah. I mean, like obviously you won't know until it happens, but
Uh-huh.
it's just something like man, I don't even know. I don't know if I'm gonna cry. I don't know if I'm just gonna be stuck up on stage, just holding the Grammy, just cheesing. Who knows? It's like you gonna talk or what? Like so who knows?
Let's speak into existence. Go ahead and speak. Go ahead and speak your. Go ahead and start your speech. Go ahead and say your speech now. That way, go ahead and speak into existence.
Oh yeah,
If you
you're
want to
right.
say we had the Grammy Awards, you heard your name, Ligatto. You just won for Best New Artist. Go ahead and do a speech now. Go ahead.
I'd like to thank everyone, God first, and my family second for having their faith in me and getting the Grammy and pushing me to where I am today. Could not be anywhere without them. And special thanks for sure to my brother Bars for continuing to be one of the bigger supporters here in the music that we create and you know putting our message out there and to let everybody know that we made it. And shout out definitely to Kadir, the guy who just made the comment. He's
Yes,
been
we
stuck.
made it.
He's stuck with us for a very long time. And if it wasn't for him too, helping
Mhm.
us out, I wouldn't even know who we would get like gigs from or who would help us out with gigs because you know that was the man right
Yes.
there.
Started from the
Yes.
bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started
That's
from the
right.
bottom, now we're here.
That's right.
Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
Yes, I thought we go ahead and get that out though. Sister Queen
Thank
said you
you.
going to get a Grammy. Yes, thank you,
Thank you,
Sister
Sister
Queen.
Queen.
Yes, I
Appreciate
thought
that.
we go ahead. I thought I'd go ahead. Let's go ahead and get your speech out the way. That way, when you do win, I can always roll this back and like, hey, look, I remember you was on my show and you said this. Here you go.
Right.
Period.
So 2 years from even a year from now or 2 years from now, you at the Grammy Awards, you win for Best New Artist. There you go. Hey, Ligatto, remember 2 years ago you was on my show. Here is your. This is exactly what you said. Yes. So we go ahead and get that out there now.
Right. Speak it to an existence,
Yes. I know I do that. I have done that for this show. Who, if I want a certain artist spoke into existence, and then the artists come, and I feel like when you speak things to existence, allow the blessing to come, because sometimes in life, I feel like if you, even though you could dream something, but if you have a vision, allow people to see your vision, because some people is not going to see your vision. They're not going to get it until they see what you're trying to do. Once they see what you're doing, then hey, the rest, hey, the rest is coming.
Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, I know it has happened to me even for this show in general. People didn't understand it. Now, like I said, we're getting ready to be 2 years this month, and now I have come a long way. So it's been a blessing to me. So
Right. It's the law of attraction. The law of
yes,
attraction.
yes. Yes, I know. And sometimes God will put people in your life when you least expect it. For a tall boy, and I was just boom, looked him up, got him from someone, and then before you know it, I made that decision that night. And it was funny because I was just thinking the other day. It's funny how I remember the first night we talked on the phone for hours on end, and he did a talk, and I just listened. And and next thing you know, is we've been nonstop ever since. It was the best decision I ever made. So,
Right. That's good.
yes, someone.
That's awesome.
Yes, yes. Someone said to put that back out there, top boy. Someone said that's the mindset. Someone made a good comment.
Yeah.
That's the
When you
mindset. When
believe
you
it, you
believe
make
it,
it real.
you make it. Yes, I like that. Yes,
That's my friend right there. Oishik. There we go.
that's what I'm talking about. So, what three things are you driven by?
3 things that I am driven by. This pertains to anything, right? Like music, anything in general.
Yeah.
Well, first off, like you said, when good things happen to you, they'll come to you. So it would definitely be
Mm-hmm.
patience for me first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, being disciplined. To me, in my mind, it's always me versus me, and it's always like, how can I do better for myself yesterday? And then the last thing, I'm always fun driven. Like to
Mm-hmm.
have fun with whatever I do, making music. It's all about the journey, right? Instead of the outcome. So it's more so for me. I have to make my journey, whether it be for music, whether it be for anything else in life. It's more of the fun. So like, what can I get myself into? How can I do better on this? So.
Okay. What do you want your legacy to be?
Sure. So when me and my brother first started off with the music, and that music video you see there is from 10 years ago, that you saw with my brother in the little the ring. That was for a promo that Mohammed Kadir, my
Mhm.
guy there, who helped set us up for a boxing event. And we just, so for what we wanted to do was, us being kids here in Doraville, which is not that far off from Atlanta. I was just talking to Todd Boy about that. We were talking about the OTP kids. So we
Mhm.
so we're a few of the OTP kids
You
and
already
wanting to get as much.
know.
So we just wanted people to know, like, hey, someone that comes from our background, which is Desi, and from a Muslim family, that they can be what they want, they can do what they want, and hip hop, where it is. A lot of people, they used to see it as somewhat of like, okay, this is only strictly for people that come up from Brooklyn or people that come up from New York, Compton, or something. So we wanted to spread that message out, whether you're doing hip hop, whether you're doing R&B, whatever, whether you're doing pop, or whatnot,
Mhm.
to let them know that it's possible for you, no matter what body you're in, because nobody's gonna remember the body. They're gonna remember what they're listening to. So I kind of want my children to know and see, like, okay, my father was passionate about something, and that passion was music. Whether it be like a skill set for anything like singing related, just want people to know, as far as like how my legacy goes, for any Daisy boy or girl who has talent, to get through the uncomfortable phase and make the life that they want, because you're not going to make it being comfortable. So
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Now there is okay. So we have fans. One person, two people asked two different questions. One person said, "Do you have any advice for any small town singers?"
Sure. Small town singers, for I would say to reach out, play as many venues as you can. There's been so many stories of singers today, some popular ones, that shoot, even Elvis, right? Like,
Yes.
just went out of his way to. If anyone's seen the movie, he just did some gigs in his hometown and just kind of spanned out, and he got onto radio, and people are like, "Oh, who is that?" So it's just a matter of attracting the attention of one person. You can go to 100 gigs. When you find that one person, that's it. That goes for anybody. Can't Doesn't matter if they're small time, someone coming from a small town, a big town. It's just a matter of who's gonna listen to me, who's gonna put me out there, and you just doing the work after that. So
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Mama D asked the question. Let me see. Wait for her to come back up. She wanted to ask the question. Look, you got them. You already got your fans already asking questions. Look. How long have you been in music?
since 2007, and have been consistent with it throughout all the years. So it's about to be 15 years on exactly November 17th. That's when me and my brother first released our song, and we used a little crappy karaoke mic to record with all the background noise and a
Okay.
beat that we found off of YouTube. And yeah, November 17th would make 15 years.
That's what I'm talking about. Look, I'll let the people know where they here we go. Sound effects.
Watch this.
The tall boy and his sound effects. Let the people know your fans and new fans. Oh, your beautiful wife right here.
Oh, there she
Yes.
is. My wife.
Yes. Let the fans know where they can find you at. If they want to come DM you and when you want to know where that's you and I. Yes, yes, yes. It's you
Yeah.
and I. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah. Let the fans know where they can find you at on social media.
Absolutely. So on Instagram, it would be at Ligatto Music, Ligatto Ligatto Music, and you can find me up on Instagram. Um, if you are on TikTok as well, it's just at Ligatto Ligatto, and then on YouTube, it would be youtube.com/Banglana Banglanta 404, and then you should see all of our content there, to our music videos, to all the sound and the stuff that we create. And yeah, that's where you can find all the stuff from us.
All right. Colleen Jenkins said, wow, 15 years. That's great. So you got another fan say
Thank
they
you.
loving it. Yes. She said, gorgeous.
Thank you guys for the love. Thank you so much.
Colleen Jenkins said, oh, your wife is gorgeous.
Thank you. I'll let her know the fans showing love.
Thank you, Colleen. I know I'm looking good. You ain't got to tell me. I know I'm looking good. That's what I'm talking. No, I'm just playing. No, thank you, Colleen. Thank you, everyone. Everyone is
Oh, hell no.
You know what? Not right now. I ain't gotta do all that. But before I let you see what, we play a game here. You've seen Steve Harvey Family Feud. We do this the old school Tuesday turn up. I know they probably like, come on, Pricilla, we want to hear him sing. Okay, y'all calm down. We gonna hear this guy
Right.
sing. But let me play this little game, and then afterwards we'll have Ligatto take it away with his beautiful voice. Smooth Ligatto. Ligatto smooth
Let's do it.
voice. All right, top boy, let me know when just 10 is 60 seconds, 10 easy little questions. 10 this is a game I like to play with my artists. But yours gonna be more quick because other artists in the past, they be sitting there thinking like really thinking hard. Okay.
I'll try my best to see it.
No, you're good.
I'm so glad. Trumpet on that start way.
I dropped something, y'all. Sorry.
Everybody up. Oh, yes, I am. Trumpet on that.
Everybody was loving the music. Did you hear the music, Ligatto? Did you hear the
I dropped something. I'm sorry. So I apologize. Y'all
No,
ready?
take your time. Yes, we ready.
She
If
said,
fans
yeah,
don't
yeah,
mind,
yeah.
that's why it's live. Favorite ice cream?
That'll be cookies and cream.
Me too. Favorite dish?
Pasta, spaghetti
Favorite
sauce.
movie?
It would be Interstellar.
Favorite comedian?
Ooh, this one's a hard one.
Mhm.
I would say Andrew Schultz.
Favorite love song?
You ain't gotta do that for me now. Let Me Love You by Mario.
Favorite color?
Purple.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Chicken or ribs?
Ribs.
Grits with sugar or grits with salt?
Grits with salt.
Name? Name?
I threw her off.
No,
I
I can't believe you said that. I do sugar. But anyway, name the artist. Talk like Gush. Name the artist in group. One male artist, one female artist in a one group you would like to see come on Old School Tuesday turn up.
The Fugees, if y'all can make it happen.
Oh damn, that's cool. Okay. Male artist and female artist. That's
I thought you meant together. Okay.
yeah, that was a group.
Yeah. Well, definitely try to get Babyface on here. That's one male artist, right?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Female.
And I gotcha.
Female.
It's the Jill Scott. You should mention Jill Scott. It made me think about a bunch of other. When you said Jill Scott earlier, I was like, oh man.
Those are some
Definitely have her on here.
I know. But you know what? We can get them. We will try our best to get them. But right now we have Ligatto. Sister Queen said grits and salt. No. Colleen said I do sugar too. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm
You looked at me and you're like, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say with cheese.
Yeah. Oh, Sister Queen said her favorite color as well. So that's what
awesome.
I'm talking about. Yes. So
not the lavender though. Not the lavender purple. That's not me.
Okay.
Can't do lavender.
Yes, less lavender. Lavender is cool. It's cool. It's real cool. Colleen, great interview. Thank you. But Colleen, we're not done yet. Thank you, but we're not done. Hold on, y'all. Well, you know what, Ligatto, I'm pretty sure we talked about singing, who you want to sing with, everything about singing. But I'm pretty sure it's time for everybody to hear your smooth voice. Because like you said, once you start, you won't stop. So without further ado, everybody, welcome the one and only Ligatto. Take it away.
Yes, ma'am. So just a little quick disclaimer. Appreciate that. A little quick disclaimer, like I was saying, would love to do a little thing here, sort of like a cover, and also putting in my own little twist. So here I go. We've only just begun. The romance is not over. Got a lot of love to give. We've only just begun. The romance is not over. I got so much love to give. I remember oh so well when I first held your hand and we started to dance. I had this awesome crush on you, hoping deep down inside that you wanted me to. Pehla nasha, pehla khuma, naya pyar hai, naya intezar. Kar lu मैं क्या अपना है दिले बेकरार, मेरे दिले बेकरार, तू ही बता. There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. Top boy in these sound effects. He's not playing. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Already know.
But I'm pretty sure Top boy got some questions to ask since y'all grew up in almost. Y'all talk about the areas from earlier. Let him come in a few minutes. Come in here. He got like at least probably one or two questions and everything.
Okay.
Top boy, what you? Here we go.
Where you at, tall boy? Where you at? All right, Mr. OTP. All right, so for the ones who do not know what OTP means, here in Atlanta, it means on top of the perimeter. That's Atlanta's a big circle, 285, and he lives on the top end, not actually in the city. He lives on the outskirts, so it is what it is. We're not gonna get into that. We're just gonna let it be.
Let them
But you
know.
said music was your thing, and so can you just talk about your growth from 2007 to 2022? Like whether it could be we didn't have anything to we now have all the equipment to I didn't know what writing a verse was to now it just comes flowing freely. So can you just talk about the growth from 2007 to 2022?
Absolutely. So from 2007, we started off with a condenser, not even a condenser mic. It would be one of those karaoke mics. And I'm forgetting the term for it. I'm pretty sure Tabloid can help me out with that. But it was with that, a free trial demo of an app that we had called Virtual DJ. So it wasn't even like the real thing. We didn't really have much. It was just recording
That's
with all the sound
suspicious.
effects in the background. Right. with just the background and just a beat on there. And then the year after, when we saw, we get some feedback from our school friends, my dad was like, "Hey, let's just go ahead and get you guys a condenser mic." And then from there to the condenser mic, our vocals started going off, and then we started building up on equipment. Started getting little MPC boards. For people that don't know what that is, it's the MIDI keyboard for you to plug in and put it into your programs, whether it be Pro Tools, which is the main program that all the artists use. Um, and then it would just be like different things. Before I got this mic here, actually, I got this as a birthday present last year from my wife. But before that, we had a microphone from 10 years that my chorus teacher had given me back in high school. He's like, "Hey, you know what? Go ahead and just use it." And we're like, "Okay, that's fine." As far as like growth in equipment, a lot. I have an actual studio now. Before, we used to record in the living room where my parents would be, so it'd be kind of embarrassing telling them, "Hey, can you shut up just for like an hour? We're here recording." So up to like just having our own room now. So yeah, just big in that. As far as style, we started off with making, like you saw the Seiko music video, more of like a degenerate kind of music that we were going for, more so because we were more geared towards or trying to go towards like gangster music and talking about putting 22s on the rims and driving cars that we weren't even at the age to drive, the Bentleys and things like that, to being more humble with our lyrics. And for me, I think lyricism is probably one of the bigger things that don't really get the attention that it needs. Back in 2007, 2008, I was like 12 and 13 years old. I didn't know that you needed to create lyrics or good sounding lyrics to make a song. And, took it back to the drawing board. And from 2009, 2010, just developed my own style. Lyrics started getting a little bit more better. Nowadays, I just write half of a verse and then just kind of just feel it out as far as the lyrics go for the other half of that verse or even the chorus and add anything on there. So a lot of growth for sure.
So I guess my next question it would be, what have been some of the challenges as an independent artist? Because you're not signed, correct? Are you signed with
That's
anybody?
correct.
So as an
No.
independent artist, what have been some of those challenges? Because you mentioned Anthony David earlier, and he has had his share of challenges, but he's also had his share of successes. So let's talk challenges first, and then we'll go into successes.
Challenges for sure. It will be marketing. Marketing is probably a big key player. If you're an independent artist itself, you want to make sure your marketing is up to par. You want to make sure that you're catering to the audience that you would like to cater to. Everyone has their preferences and who they want their audience to be. For us, it's always been kind of like a push and pull of, hey, are we releasing this at a correct time? Are we sure we want to drop this song on a Monday? Shouldn't we wait until Friday? Things like that. And I would say another thing that is also challenging is more so, getting your crowd really to like it, like the music that you make. And what I mean by that is, people will comment on your stuff like, "Oh, I like it," things like that. Like say your school friends, and you'd want them to kind of like share your music. it's always been, the support factor. But that was more so in the beginning for me and my brother. But as we kind of like progressed on, we get more and more support. So that was kind of like the challenge at first, but now it's getting better and better with time.
And the successes that you've had, because I'm pretty sure you've had something where you've won some type of grand prize. You've had something to where somebody saw it or heard it and it helped propel you to the next level. Maybe certain plays that you may have gotten on a social platform. Is there anything that's really taken you to say, you know what, I was not expecting this. This has been, an awesome, or this is another milestone in my life, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. So it's always been up and down. For sure, me and my brother, not needless to say, as far as our music goes, people when they hear it, they're like, "Oh man, remember me when you get famous." But I did catch the attention of, I'm not sure if I'm able to say it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they'd agree too. CeeLo Green was probably one of the first people that we got the attention of, and we were actually asked to come over to his studio. And at the time, we were very young. Our main person who kind of gave us the connect was my uncle. We just never got the chance to kind of fulfill that or go over there. And there's been many times like that where it's happened. As far as any prizes won, definitely talent shows back in high school, #1 for singing. As far as anything recent, I've been put on a few playlists on Spotify for whenever I would release any music. And yeah, just like what she's saying here, family support is important as well, and getting the music going. And I think now, since it's the age of streaming, being put on those playlists where people listen to or are in it and they're trying to find new music, that's where you want to be. If you are an independent artist and are as fresh as I am, like as far as coming into the music scene and getting the marketing going, it would definitely be trying to get yourself onto those playlists. And I've seen those playlists kind of grow up, and other playlists getting things from the other playlists, like, oh, I like this song and put this into my playlist. So I've seen a bunch of success there, and it's still going up. So very thankful.
So what is your preference, to be signed or to stay independent?
That's a great question. If things were to align correctly, I would think about getting a label. But obviously, this goes without saying, as an independent artist, you just kind of do your own thing and see if everything flies. But since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be signed to a label. So I would definitely try to hear them out and see where that goes. But being an independent artist and having full control, 100% of what you're doing, that's also, great as well. Maybe, hopefully, I can find something in the middle. That would probably be more ideal. But I'm open to both.
So you spoke on streaming, but that was music streaming. But now the pandemic, we've all been in the house, and it's been kind of difficult. And I pretty much ask everyone their thoughts on the production, whatever you saw. Have you done many of these live streams? Have you been intimidated by it? Like, what is your total thought process on the Facebook lives, the Instagram lives, this type of production? What are your takes on this production or live streaming? Because now as an artist, you can do these streams and you can reach your audience by just saying, hey, I'm going to go live. And it's just, what are your thoughts on the actual live streaming, not necessarily music streaming, but the actual live streaming?
I think it's a great idea. Since pandemic, like you said, podcasts have expanded a lot to different audiences, whether it be music, whether it be, different subjects. It's really a way to connect with your fans, people seeing it from, like you said, from New York. We had a couple people, a few people there watching the live stream from there. It would definitely make a big impact, getting the awareness really of people like seeing like, oh wow, look at this guy or look at this girl, they make music and stuff like that. Who do I like, maybe in their subconscious mind, like, who can I share this information to? And like I said, it doesn't have to be about music. It could be about like other streaming things. Like nowadays, people are big on like Twitch gaming and things like that, and where they're sharing it, like, oh, look at this gamer and whatnot, like word of mouth. That's like the new word of mouth, and just sending over different platforms and stuff. I would say
Right.
so. In the pandemic, even though we were all like cooped in the house, that's probably one of the best things that came out from it, honestly.
Okay. And my last question I have, I mean, we all got that message in 2020. I want to say it was April, right? The week before spring break. Where were you and how did you go through the whole pandemic thing? Like, what was that process like when you got the notice? And because we all went through it, but like for you, how did you hunker down and survive through during these tough times over the last 2 years?
Absolutely. So funny you should ask. Um, I was at an Atlanta Hawks game, and in March, they were talking about different reports and them coming up, and people were on the fence of thinking it's like about to become bad, and it ended up being bad. So when I was at the Hawks game, I got the message that NBA has decided to cancel their entire season because of the of COVID-19. And it's sad because it was Vince Carter. Now I don't know if anyone's a basketball head here, but it was
Oh
Vince Carter's
yeah.
last game. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it was just sad. So from there, it's just that kind of made everything real. Like, oh, okay, like if sporting events are starting to shut down, like you got everybody else's attention. If you're really into sports. But I mean, as far as what I did during the pandemic, I think it was a good time to, I mean, not just for me, but for everyone else, just to develop the skill set, or even gain another one or learn a new skill set. For me, when April kicked off, I actually released an EP. Now on Spotify, now on any streaming platform you go to, Apple Music. It's called Lions Den 3, and it's a 4-track EP produced solely by me, and I did that within 7 days. So it just kind of like gave me the confidence, like, oh, I still got it. I'm still releasing music out here, and on the side, I was also kind of pushing stuff out on SoundCloud to, if it was like a remix, things you can't really post on Spotify and things like that. I would also release that. So it was mainly a time for me to kind of brush up on my skills, and um, just to kind of like tell myself, like, hey, you still got it. So.
There it is. You got it, Priscilla.
Yes, that's what I'm
Thank
talking
you, sir.
about. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Ligatto, did you enjoy yourself here on Old School Tuesday Turnup?
I did. It was nice. I really did enjoy this, and it'd be a pleasure to have me on again. Just to see where I'm at. Loved it. Loved the environment. Love you guys for doing what you do. This is awesome. This is great, and congrats on 2 years. And hopefully we get to see y'all even prosper. 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line to see how this goes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, I tell artists you are now part of the Old School Tuesday Turn Up family, and you're welcome back anytime. Or if you have anything that's going on, just let us know. But as long as you give me a 24-hour notice, that'd be great. Like,
I got you.
that's what I tell people now. But you are welcome back here anytime. And I'm pretty sure the fans, they enjoyed you because we see
Thank you.
nonstop comments left and right. And thank you all for tuning in to Old School Tuesday Turn Up episode 39 with the one, the only Ligatto. I just
Thank you so much, guys. Once again, I appreciate all the comments, the questions that you guys have faced, and all my family and friends that also put themselves there. Appreciate you guys for the support. Love y'all, and hopefully we get to do this again.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Colleen. I appreciate that. Yes. Thank you, Sister Queen, for watching. Jermaine, Tasha, everybody that was here. Oh, Joyce Perrier, great conversation. Always. I was watching my TV mostly and using my phone to comment. You made your guest Ligatto feel so at ease. I can't see the rest of it. Okay, Joyce, I got you. I only got to see a little bit of your question. What your statement? It was so long, but it cut off. But I got you, Joyce Perrier. Someone's clapping. That's on. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all tuning
That's
in
my best
tonight.
friend, Medina.
Yes. Oh, Sister Queen, she texted me. Yeah, she texted me. She wanted me to tell you. She sent this in a text. Tell him she said, "Assalamu alaikum." Yeah, that's what she said.
Walaikum salam. Walaikum
Yes.
salam.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
So
That's
the
what I'm talking
last,
about. Okay.
so the last part of her statement, Joyce's statement was, You made your guest Ligatto feel so at ease. The photos and graphics really help tell his story.
It did. Yeah, thank you so much, Priscilla, for sure.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Andy, that's how I do it right here at Old School Tuesdays. Turn up. Yes, is anything else you would like to say to your fans and new fans, the Old School Tuesday Turn Up fans who now fans of yours? Anything you want to say to them before we get up out of here?
Yes. So stay tuned. If I've already dropped the social media handles, on Instagram and on TikTok. If anyone's on there, since it's booming nowadays, Facebook as well. Is going to be dropping more and more content by the end of this year. Stay tuned for something big, and I'll definitely let Pricilla know. Definitely let Tallboy know, and hopefully we get to have me back on the show. And then, yeah. Just stay tuned. I got some things cooking.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, and thank you all for tuning in to episode 39. So you guys know what that means. Next week, our first gospel singer, Tasha Page Lockhart, will be in the building for episode 4040. Top boy, we are on 40. I don't know what. Yeah. I know. Yeah. And then probably at the end of this month, we'll probably celebrate 2 years of Old School Tuesday. Turn up or
go. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
Okay, so yeah, hey, we got a lot to celebrate. We got 40th episode 40 next week. We got 2 years to celebrate of the show. I mean, that probably just gonna take. Thank you, Jim and J. Lamont. So that's gonna probably take Tallboy and I sitting here talking and probably have some guest pop-ups. I don't know. See, Tallboy's full of surprise. He's not gonna tell me. But anyway, that's either near to say.
I have no surprises for you this year. Not a one.
Ligatto, you still here? You just said that. I mean, embarrass me on live, but that's cool.
I have no guest. I have none. Like, do I need to come on camera and tell you I don't have no guest? I have no surprises for you this year. Whatever you want to do, I did you for year one. You got to come up with year two.
We'll come up with something. Everyone, we will come up with something for you.
How about this? Let me come on the screen.
Yes, you come on the screen. We'll let the
to the audience. To the audience.
To the audience.
Help Pricilla out. What would you like to see to mark her 2nd year anniversary? What is that actual date? Remind everybody. Do you know the date?
October is going to be sometime around this month, right after Tasha.
You don't even know your own date, your own 2 year anniversary date?
It's the week of that week of right after we heard. So it's like 23rd-ish or like.
Okay, so October 23rd-ish, whatever that Tuesday is. I don't have a calendar in front of me. Y'all need to send messages to Pricilla and say, this is what I would like to see as a 2 year anniversary, whether it's a recap, having guests, or that's on Pricilla. Tallboy is just here to just make it look good. All right. I'm out of it. I gave my idea.
So the 2 years is gonna go right on the 25th. So it's gonna mark right on Rough End's interview. That's the night that's gonna be happening probably right smack the end of this month.
So can I ask, am I wrong?
Colleen Jenkins said you're wrong.
How am I wrong? How am I wrong? Because I said I don't have anything planned. So backstory, Ligatto. Pricilla was stressed out. She was talking about, it's my 1 year anniversary, but she had some other personal matters that were going on. She really had some other going that day. She had no idea that I did what I did. I literally got the fan club, the family, the community to all surprise her with a surprise live stream. She had no idea. This live stream went well into over midnight. I'm not doing that this year. I'm just not doing it. Like, it was supposed to be like a quick, here's a recap video. And unfortunately, the video was like 28 minutes in itself. So it was basically like highlights of all the guests. and it was like 28 minutes. And it was like, that was a lot. That was a lot of time and effort that was put into it. So then we had guests come on and surprise her. And we went well into over midnight. And that was like a 3 or 4 hour show. I'm not doing that this year. Just not going to do it this year. We'll come up with something, but we're not going to go that long. We're not going 3 hours. We're not doing what we did last year. So, Colleen, I don't know how I'm wrong, but I mean, go back and watch that 3 hour stream. And, you know, it's like, hey, I'm happy for your success, but 3 hours is a long stream. So I love you, Pricilla.
I love you too, Top Boy. But we'll come up with, I have.
What is Ligatto? What would you like to see as a 2-year anniversary? What would you like to see?
Shoot, we need to interview Pricilla. Let's do that.
We should have the artists, let some artists, past artists, interview me. Oh, that would be crazy. Remember, we kind of almost had the Root Boys with Joe Little. He did ask me. I was like, whoa, what did this turn into the Pricilla interview? Yes, exactly. Maybe we couldn't. Maybe we should have like Ligatto, past artists come in and hey, just ask one question. You should pop up, ask one person. Even artists from the past that already did it 2 years ago. Have the very first, somebody like Evelyn Champagne King, have her recorded, have her like she's the very first one and boom, ask a question like what, like that. That's interesting. Now that's dope.
That's a great idea, Ligatto.
Yeah, that is a great idea. That is a great idea.
And that's up to Top Boy if he wants to make it 3 hours or 30 minutes.
No, it ain't even be no 3 hours. boy, where my sound effects for you? Boy.
Maybe you did.
Like you,
I think we should do it.
Legato, you wildin', man. Like Legato.
Yeah, I said it was up to you.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, that's suspicious. That is. Here's what we do. Probably do it like in December for years up. Do it like the very last, whatever the last interview or whatever. But here come all the fans. Here they come. That past guest asked Pricilla questions. I like it. See,
here come Joyce. Joyce talking about.
Ow.
Ow. Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be interesting.
Here's this guy.
Right. Yes, Muhammad said true. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, it's time to wrap this show up, y'all. Y'all, look, it was nice to talk about the idea, but she trying to turn this into a 3 hour stream.
No, I'm not. And look, Ligatto be one of the artists who's already on board for it. That's what I'm talking about. But come on, son, we'll probably have somebody say right. That's okay. That's what I'm talking about. All right, everyone. Ligatto, do not go anywhere. Hold on. We're going to talk to you after the show. Everyone, I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight for Old School Tuesday Turnup, episode 39. Yes, I have this beautiful microphone, so you can definitely hear my voice loud and clear. Muhammad said you know all the old people. Yes, I do. I do. Anyway, but I will be back on next week with, like I said, episode 40 with gospel singer Tasha Page Lockhart. And then... Then Tuesday the 25th with the one and only Rough Ends. No more shopping spree. No more VIP. No more dough. Hell no. See, Top Boy's our best. Anyway, but
we didn't ask you to sing. We just said just name the artist and end the show. You over here trying to sing the song. Let them sing when they come in 2 or 3 weeks. Come on now. Help me help you. Come on.
Anyway, y'all see how this is how he do me. But anyway, since we already have someone for episode 40, get ready, y'all, because we're not that far away from episode 45. Please go ahead, let us know and message me or send it to me on Messenger, DM who you want for episode 45. Let's go. All right, thank you all for tuning in. Until the meantime, you guys enjoy the rest of your night, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you all back here next Tuesday, same time, same place. I'm Pricilla Watley, that's Ligatto, and that is Tall Boy who said he ain't doing nothing. But Tall Boy, please do this right here. Play that, drop that music, and so we can dance up out of here. Ligatto, you like to dance? Let's let that music in the beginning. Let's dance our way up out of here.
She would do me like that, right?
Yeah, I sure do.
She wildin'. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be good. Thank y'all for coming out. Good night. God bless. Tell a friend about the show. Tag somebody. Help her get her followers up. She's at 327. Let her get to 350 by next week. We need 350. Come on, get her to 350.
Yeah, we were supposed to.
And hey, oh yeah, don't forget, Tallboy got a show tomorrow. The Lab Tech Show. All right, we are out of here. Y'all be good. You're not dancing, Legato. You just drinking.
He's having fun. He's
You want me to dance out here? I need Pricilla to teach me some lessons.
Hey, all right, don't do that.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking about